Kevin Durant came out earlier and he was in a press conference. He's like, look at the guys I'm playing with. How do you expect me to win with what's on the court? I'm like, excuse me. Luka Doncic went to the conference championship last year with Jalen Brunson, Spencer Dinwiddie, and then his center was Dwight Powell in the Western Conference going up against Nikola Jokic and Yusuf Nurkic and all of those guys. And then you're going to talk about, well, what am I supposed to do with this roster? Like, look at what Luka's done.
Yeah, that was the most pathetic comment I've heard from an NBA superstar, maybe ever.
Yeah.
Because every all-time great, there's a time in their history where they have to deal with a bad roster.
Yeah.
I mean, you could even point to Steph when Clay was hurt and everybody else was hurt, and they just had to deal with the core players. They're really bad that year.
Yeah.
Even he had to deal with a bad roster. But, like, he often compares himself to LeBron James, right?
KD.
Yeah, a lot of similarities in their arcs, right? Left, all that. And even LeBron James, look at his entire time in Cleveland before he left for Miami. His number one player outside of him in the 2007 finals team was Zrudas Ilgauskas, who averaged 11 points a game. He led the team in rebounds, assists, points, three-pointers, free throws. I mean, everything about that team was LeBron James.
Yeah.
His second scorer was Larry Hughes, and he brought his team to the finals. And, yeah, he faced the Spurs. He got swept, but the fact that he brought the team to the finals was a major accomplishment. There's a bunch of other comparisons. The Jordan teams before Scottie Pippen. I mean, if you're going to be in the NBA and you're going to be an all-time great, you're going to have a bad roster at some point. And what you got to do is elevate them.
It's also your fault. Like, this is his fault. And it's just showing Kevin Durant this season, and he's not a top 5 player anymore. Right now, I would put Jason Tatum ahead of him. I would take Luka ahead of him. I would take Giannis ahead of him. I would take Steph ahead of him. And I would take Jokic ahead of him. Then you can talk about the Embiids of the world. But, like, right now, it's like, is Kevin Durant top 5? No. It's like him and LeBron, Anthony Davis, they've all regressed. Kawhi Leonard, they're just not the same guy anymore. It's like, if you're going to complain, you're the one who blindly followed Kyrie Irving to the Nets. When you were on the Warriors, you had it made. You could have stayed with the Warriors, won probably 7 rings, more than Michael Jordan, and then put yourself in the GOAT conversation. But no, you went to the Nets with Kyrie Irving and basically wasted the last half of your career. And then he's going to come out like, hey, man, don't criticize me. It's like Kevin Durant's the one player. It's like if you comment about him on social media, he might actually respond.
Which is kind of pathetic for somebody who has millions of followers, millions of dollars, can get any supermodel, like completely pathetic. And that comment was disgusting.